Today's video is going to teach you how to achieve this gold and black smoky eye look. And before I get into the video, a big hi to you all. I'm pinning my hair away from my face so that I can moisturize my skin with the Om Naturals Aloe Gel. I'm applying this all over my face and neck. And then once my skincare is done, I'm going ahead and concealing my lids with the NC45 Prolong Wear Concealer from MAC. I'm taking a flat brush and I'm making sure my entire lid is evenly covered. I'm also shaping it on top of my brows because my brows aren't done really well, so I wanted them to be cleaned up on the outside edges of my eyebrows, if you know what I mean. So once that's fully blended, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side as well. And then I'm going to pack a little bit of this NYX pressed powder onto the lids so that it sets the concealer on my lids. Now taking this soft brown shade called Henna from the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, I'm applying it with a blending brush onto the contour of my eyes, which is the crease of my eyes, in a windshield wiper motion or an inverted U, making sure to blend it well. Now once I keep adding enough till I get the intensity that I want, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm taking a smaller blending brush and I'm taking this darker brown in the Huda Beauty palette and I'm applying it to intensify the color in my crease. So I'm doing the same windshield wiper motion, but I'm not blending it all out. I'm just placing it right in the contour area and I'm increasing the depth. Now I am tightlining my eyes with a Colossal Kaajal. I'm also scribbling some right on top of my waterline, my lash line, sorry. And I'm taking a small fluffy blending brush like this, which is more or less somewhere in between a blending brush and a pencil brush, and I'm smudging it until my contour color. Now the trick is to keep blending it with no extra product until all the three shades are seamlessly blended into each other and there are no harsh lines or gaps. Now take the black eyeshadow from the same palette and pack it right on top of where we had smudged the kohl so that we can intensify the color of the smoky. This is going to act as the base for your glitter. When it's blended, it should look something like this. I went ahead and finished it on the other eye, and then I'm topping up the contour color with the shade Cocoa once again, just to make sure all the three shades are beautifully, seamlessly blended into each other. Now I'm taking the color Blessed from the Huda palette and I'm applying it to the center of my lid using my middle finger, using the press and pull technique. This technique allows you to have your eyeshadow's color pop really well, and if it's pigmented, its color payoff is much better. Now I'm taking the another finger which is like not having any of the eyeshadow, and I'm using that finger to use as my clean brush sort of a thing to like blend out the harsh edges of the eyeshadow that I've just applied. Now taking the pressed glitter palette from Beauty Glazed, I'm picking up some of this light gold shimmer shade with my finger and I'm patting it onto the area where I've applied the gold eyeshadow. This gives me the glittery, smoky effect that I'm looking for. Now taking the same pencil brush, I am dipping it into the black and I am intensifying the contour color. I like always doing this after I've finished my lid color so that the color really stands out. Now I'm curling my lashes, applying some mascara and sticking on my falsies. Now dipping an angled brush into the Miss Claire palette, taking this dark brown shade, I'm filling in my brows in the usual way in the direction of the hair growth in soft short strokes. Moving on to the face, I'm taking the NYX Pore Filler Primer and I'm applying it to the center of my face and making sure it's well blended into my skin using my fingers. Now I'm taking the MAC Cosmetics Conceal and Correct Duo to use as my corrector to neutralize any of the pigmentation or discoloration I have in my face, which is usually in my under eyes and around my mouth. Now I'm taking the NC45 concealer and I'm using it on top of the corrector, and I'm also applying it on areas where I have spots. I'm dabbing it and I'm going to be blending this out. Usually just conceal, correct and use powder. I don't use foundation all the time because I feel like I don't need it. So I just blend out whatever concealers on my face using my fingers or a brush or anything and then set it with powder. Foundation powder, I'm using the NYX Stay Matte but not flat powder in the shade 11 Sienna, and I'm taking a big fluffy foundation powder brush and I am going over the entire face, packing product especially under my eyes, so that there's a lot more coverage there. I'm going to be buffing this whole product all over my face. Using the Maybelline Colossal Kaajal, I am making sure to draw out my bottom waterline, nice dark and thick, to complete my eye makeup look. Now taking that same fluffy blending pencil brush, I am just smudging the kajal that we've applied so that it appears softer, and I'm also extending it out a little to join my top smoky. Now taking the same brush, I'm dipping it into this flesh colored eyeshadow, and I'm going to go over the areas where we did the smudged kohl just to soften it and give it a less stark look. To match my face and chest and neck, I'm using the NYX Liquid Drop Foundation in the shade 12, and I'm just applying this all over my neck, and I'm blending it with a blending brush. I like this foundation a lot because it's water-based and very lightweight and very true to its color. I'm going over the areas where I applied the foundation with the foundation powder from NYX to just set the foundation in place. Now I'm taking the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Matte Bronzer, which has got great reviews all over the world, and I'm using this to sort of warm up my face in the areas where I'd usually contour, like under my jawline, under my cheekbones, and even on the sides of my nose. I'm using my fingers to shape the sides of my nose to give it that sharp contour. Now taking the Makeup Revolution Ultra Blush Palette in the shade Golden Sugar, I'm mixing a couple of the light pink shades and I'm applying it onto the apples of my cheek using the Real Techniques Blush Brush. On the same palette, I'm mixing two of the highlight shades and I'm using it as my highlighter on the top of my cheekbones, on the center of my bridge of my nose, a little bit above my eyebrow on my forehead, and I'm taking fresh small blending brush and I'm blending out the highlighter so it looks like it's melted into the skin. Taking the shade Plum Crazy from GERARD Cosmetics, I'm dabbing some only on the center of my lips, and then I'm smacking my lips and then using my fingers to move around the product so it doesn't look too starkly applied. I'm taking the NYX lip liner in the shade Downtown Beauty and I'm overdrawing my lips. So this gives me like a darker outline for my lipstick. At this point, I felt like I wanted a lip that was a little more like nude and not so dark. So I decided to take the ColourPop Cosmetics Pinkies Up lipstick and I applied it only to the center of my lips and I used my finger to buff the product into my lips. Now I'm wetting my angled brush and I'm dipping it into the blush palette into this gold color, which is a beautiful gold, and I'm using it to highlight the inner corner of my eye. And I'm blending it with my fingers. I fell in love with this gold color the minute I did my inner corner highlight. So I thought, why not highlight over the areas that I've highlighted anyway, like under my eyebrow bone, on the sides of the high planes of my cheeks, on the center of my nose, and in general, wherever I felt like applying that gold highlighter. I also decided to go ahead and apply it on my collarbones just to make it pop. With this, I'm done with my gold and black glittery smoky eye. I hope you guys found it useful. I hope you guys find it very easy to recreate. Please do leave me your comments and suggestions in the suggestion box below. Please hit a like so I'm a little more motivated to make more videos. Stay home, stay indoors, and stay safe, guys. Lots of love. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.